never far away. Get your scruffy bumps at mysterious.americanmcgee.com.
Are we back? I think we're back.
Are we back?
Are we back?
Let us know if we're back.
You're back. Weren't we? Did we even ask a question before?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome back. There we go. We're back. That was really strange. We don't even know what crashed. But something crashed, obviously.
Oh, we're going to have lost all our viewers now.
Yeah, well. They'll come back because there's prizes. So,
Yes, the question was, I was talking about seeing a lot of movie sequels.
oh yeah, this was a really lame question. It's such a nice, like, first of all, it's been answered a lot by a million different people in a million different ways. I don't think it's necessarily bad.
So we go to the
remake.
sexy prostitute question then.
I mean, I think that was a lot funnier. I think we got kicked off of Streamlabs for you asking a boring question.
No.
Yeah.
All right then, let's ask that one. Would a lady of the night be able to charge more if she had tentacles?
That's the question.
Is the question.
This, you mean specifically, would this
This
lady be
specific lady of the night.
able to? Yes. There you go. Till the end. Yes, everybody says.
But what if they were all like bloody tentacles? I mean, they're not nice
they
and
are
clean.
bloody. Look, they're bloody.
Doesn't that kind of make it worse somehow?
I think now you're getting a bit too specific. I think that just if you're into tentacles, you probably are into all sorts of tentacles, and if they're bloody or milky or whatever, maybe
Milky tentacles.
you can pay. It's Japanese like milky tentacles. You've obviously never been to
I've never
Japan.
seen that one.
All right, well,
Okay.
just I dare you to go punch that into Google. Do you want me to do it? I'll punch milky tentacles into Google.
Go on then.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
It's going to be something terrible. Tentacles. Let's see here.
Some results may be explicit.
Some results may be explicit, it says. Yes, that's
Oh,
true.
it's not that bad. Kind
I
of...
don't think that it really gave us the results. That
Didn't give us the good stuff.
No, it did not. But it did give us this, whatever that is. Not sure that anybody... I think it's not working. It's happened. Everything's broken now.
We need to re-wangle that.
Hmm.
So go to that.
Where's Brave? There we go. Okay, done. So it did give us this. What's he called? Do I even want to know? Mudcomber Man.
Mudcomber Man.
See? You would have never known about Mudcomber Man if we hadn't typed in milky tentacles.
Now I do.
Now you know. All right, let's get back to... Oh, we got to roll it. We have to
Okay.
we have to give away a prize. Don't forget that. There we go. 3, 2, 1. It's Miss Crimson Mischief. Congratulations. You can go over to the mysterious shop and you can scroll around and you can find a product and you have a $50 gift certificate.
Or just message us, and you don't even have to find the product. I'll just make a code for you.
Okay.
Yes, so did we tell? Well, obviously Craig Spurlock knows. But yes, send an email, support@mysterious.design.
There you
And
go.
you don't even have to give us your address this time.
No,
because, I'm just
you're
going
going
to
to go
email
get
you.
it from the shop.
Woo!
Congratulations. Makes life
So-
easier for everybody. See how smart I am?
We should do this more.
We should. Okay, moving on. So we had this. This is the top of the arena in which Alice will fight against the Jabberwock. And symbolism used in there is some yin yang and some Star of Chaos and some Zodiac calendar. We're mixing it all up.
Really are.
The Eastern mysticism, the Greek, alchemy symbols, you name it. It's all in there.
You know, every now and then we'll get a message from somebody who wants to buy a rabbit with a symbol on its tummy.
Mhm.
But they want to know what the symbol is first.
Right.
I guess they want to know if it's evil or something.
They're always evil. Looking Glass Zero says, can the $50 be combined with money for more expensive items? Yes. Yes, we already said that. It's going to be a gift certificate, which you can just throw at the shop. And then if you want to throw more money at it, you can get more expensive stuff. Yes. Go bonkers. All right. Yeah, speaking of evil symbols on our plush toys, did you see Omri did a weird, he did a thing. He did a thing where he made the rabbit be kind of like all on fire. Where did it go? Nope, nope, nope. Anyway, it was kind of funny. There we go. I found it. I'm not sure why he did that. It's not. It has nothing to do with the distressed rabbit. It was quite funny because I was tabbing through the pictures that he sent because he did a photo session of some of our rabbits, and then I came across that. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing with our rabbits?
Good though.
It was very strange.
I like the lighting on it.
It is very well done, and it's just a very strange stylistic choice. Anyway, that's fine. More power to you. Okay, if you see me craning my neck around like this, it's because the microphone is directly in front of the where the window is for switching the scenes.
Should I maybe put it here on top of a foam pad or something?
The microphone?
Yeah.
No. Okay. So next up, we have this scene. This takes place again. It's in that same. This is sort of the fight arena in Hatter's domain. So, spoiler warnings. I'll try not to be too spoilery, but it is kind of here. It's in the image. So, there is something that happens. Some people did some things.
Hatter... one strong rabbit.
Well, it's a kind of magical rabbit. I mean, did you not just see? It's that rabbit.
He's guess.
Got hellfire. Satan, power of Satan makes him strong. So I mean, I guess he can do whatever he wants to do. But anyway, the rabbit is in that one is holding Alice up. That's a good point though. Like, I don't know that I would choose that as the final image because it does feel a little bit silly to see the rabbit holding Alice up.
Right, so this one would make a bit more sense.
This one makes a bit more sense. But anyway, what you're seeing here, this one. But yeah, so what's happened here is that the platform we were just looking at, this platform, there is the big boss battle that happens there, and Hatter will be consumed by the chaos at the end of that scene. And so you'll see that the chaos, which is being brought about by Shadow Alice, it's chewing up all of what's left of Wonderland. And so Hatter gets eaten up by the tentacles. And we ended up going with, I'm pretty sure it's this one, but I feel like the rabbit was in it. Yeah, see, that's better. Because in this, where he's just kind of standing there, he's like, I got a nails appointment. Can you guys hurry this up? But in here, he's more like, oh no.
Yeah.
Hatter fell down. So yeah, there's Hatter falling down and being consumed by the tentacles.
VPN pooped again, but it's back.
What?
So there was like 30 seconds of chat that may have gone missing. But we do what we can with the technology we have.
Yeah, we're not really sure. A friend of mine came over and did do some technological pokery on my network and my NAS drive, and that resulted in a little fair bit of disaster. So I don't know if the problems we're having are sort of repercussions from that, but maybe. Anyway, so this was the final version of this image where we see Alice and the rabbit watching as Hatter is consumed by the tentacles.
Lucky Hatter.
Not very lucky.
Depends.
But spoiler warning, maybe he's not really dead. Oh no!
Man.
Sorry. Now, this is art that was done by Norm, and there's some interesting stuff going on here. So this is the Carpenter and the Walrus. I wish that I could find Alex's... Let's see if we can find it. I know Alex wrote about this. I know that he sent a link to this. Here we go. Nope, that's Patreon posts. I want to find it because I know that he provides a little bit of... There we go. There's a thread related to this boss battle. So we can read through this to get a better sense of what it is that's going on in this image.
Okay, let's do it.
Here we go. All right. If we scroll down here, so this is, what our project looks like in the guts of it all, because we do all of the writing, and then the writing goes into Monday, and then this is where tasks are assigned and all the details and things like that. So this is a battle of survival, and the Carpenter and the Walrus cannot be killed by combat, only by reducing their islands and damaging them. So in this section, if you've seen previously, London is kind of blown apart, and part of it's on fire and part of it's underwater, but it's all sort of floating out in this chaos space. And so the idea is that in order to defeat them, you just have to keep chipping down the little iceberg floating in the nether that they stand on, and then they will be kind of banished off into the nether zone, right? So you'd see the shadow versions of the Carpenter and the Walrus drifting into the void. So these would be the sort of shadow versions of those two characters once they've not necessarily been defeated, but they've been taken over by the chaos. So obviously full of tentacles and all kinds of nonsense.
And didn't you say that these are like giants? Did you say that last stream? Have I imagined that?
I'm not sure about that. Could be.
Don't know. Alex, you still in the chat? Are these giants or not?
I'm not sure that they're supposed to be giants. I don't see a little Alice in there for scale, but of course this is not a Joey or a
Exactly.
Omri image, so that probably wouldn't happen.
Yes, they are.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh yeah, it does say here. So Alice returns to the Carpenter to report her success, but it's too late. The Walrus and the Carpenter are there, both consumed by chaos and made super large. What follows is an epic boss battle in which Alice must defeat the crafty duo while hopping between the flooded, burning ruins of East London. As the buildings are destroyed, there's nothing left for anyone to stand upon, and the Walrus and the Carpenter are left to drift into empty space. So there you go.
There you go.
So they basically get marooned. They get marooned on little islands and they get floated off. There you go.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so there was quite a bit of design work or redesign work that got done on the Carpenter himself leading up to that. And yeah, these were the images that Norm just recently turned in of the two of them made giant and then consumed by chaos. So this is kind of an exemplar of the arena, the style of the arena in which all this would take place.
Nice.
Buffering, says somebody. Oh no. Somebody says, yeah, they're giant in Norm's sketch, but it's without any point of reference. You don't really know how big they are. Now there is this sketch, which I saw the other day, but this one's still quite rough. But you can see here, there's a big Carpenter and a big Walrus, and they're sort of like bigger than a building, and then here's an Alice.
Teeny tiny Alice.
Yes.
It's quite cool. Like Pacific Rim.
I was going to say Shadows of the Colossus, kind of in that style.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Shadow of the Colossus. Yeah, so I think this image, when it's done, I imagine that Norm will finish the lines, and then Omri will go in there and give it some color, and it's going to be pretty freaking epic. Now, I want to state really clearly that the freaking four-wheeled car thing needs to go away. Please stop putting the car. I don't understand this little jalopy.
Just something that's ye olde.
I don't think it looks completely out of place. It's anachronistic. Is that the word I'm looking for? It doesn't work for me. It just does not
It's
work.
like a horse and cart would be better, being flung away.
I mean, I do believe that in the Victorian era, they probably had stuff that looked like this, but it just feels, I don't know. Let's see. Did they have Victorian era car? Let's see. Yeah, they did. But it just doesn't feel right to me. It's not what I imagine kind of lives in the age of Alice. But obviously, it was a thing. It just feels strange. It kind of makes it. The problem is it's one of those things that makes you ask the question of, is that right, instead of being contained inside of the scene. I want to stay in the scene, not be asking whether or not there should be this little jalopy thing in there.
Some people like it. Like, put it in there as an Easter egg.
Well, now it has to be an Easter egg because I've talked it up so much.
I could put the
I'm gonna
what's
put
it called,
this.
the Pizza Planet truck from all the Pixar films.
I'm gonna put
We'll put that
Mudcomber
in.
Man in there too, just because. So there you go.
Mudcomber Man.
All right. Next, Walrus. So this is back. This cat. This cat. So you know what's funny is that the cat you see here is Dinah. Dinah? Do you say Dinah or Dinah? I guess I would say Dinah.
Dinah, Dinah.
Dinah.
Either's fine.
So I tweeted this this morning, and I wanted to make sure that everybody knows that the cat that you see here is the one that's blamed for burning down the house and killing Alice's family. And if you think about it, if you look at it, he looks really effing guilty, right? And I think maybe we could say that there's an alternate version of the story in which he did murder everybody, and that the games that we're playing are just his like lunatic cat fantasy. Like, what if at
Don't
the
give
end,
away the ending.
what if at the end of all of this you pulled back and it was like Rutledge Insane Asylum for cats, and this whole thing was just like in his little.
The camera he just panned out and out and out, and then just came out of his ear.
It would be like the ending of The Usual Suspects, right? With the Kaiser Soze moment, and like the cat would be limping down the street, and then suddenly it would start walking normally. Come on, that would be fantastic. I would buy that, and I mean, look at that face. For sure, he's done something wrong. Come on, look at this one. This one, he's like, nope, I'm getting out of here.
That's a gruff old face there.
Anyway, I think it was the cat all along. These scenes are, sort of what you see happening prior to the moment where the mom was looking on with the stern face, and Alice was nursing the wound on her leg. Now,
It was the cat, Mom.
It was the
cat.
cat.
Yeah.
Exactly. They blamed the cat. So anyway, this is more awesome work from Adam. He's doing really well. Since he joined the team, his level of skill and his range of style have really dramatically improved and increased. And I'm always very impressed to see the stuff that he's doing. So yeah, we will get an update on this. Now, I don't know if it's in this folder. I just peeked ahead of it and I didn't see it. But I wrote back to the team and I suggested that instead of this being what leads up to the breaking of the pottery or whatever, the two girls should be twirling one another, because this just feels weird to me. It looks like she's in the middle of like a 100-meter sprint in the living room, and I don't know what she's doing. Like Alice
grabs
is just
the
like,
cat by the tail.
I don't know. There's something going on.
The cat.
But this juxtaposition and the sort of like suggestion of the motion, for sure that central scene is like leading to some sort of disaster, but it all just looks so physically impossible. So I wrote and I said, hey, why don't we consider reworking that so that it's more like they're twirling one another around. And there was an updated version of that picture that got sent. I know that Alex sent that in an email. I thought I put it into the art folder, but it seems that we didn't sort of catch it.
Well, Clemmy has a suggestion for that picture. He just says that they're all on crack.
They could be all on crack. That's true. This is all just a giant drug fantasy.
Solved.
Yeah. Well, so I know that this image just came in this morning. This is the color version of Mom looking on. Now, I still feel like she's a little bit too like, oh my, you're bleeding on my sofa, on my carpet,
I mean, she is quite posh, and clearly she's not going to die. So, yeah, you can be upset that your favourite plates got smashed.
Yeah.
Then again, it is Victorian age. You could die from that quite easily.
Yeah, that's probably exactly right. I mean, I think this thing on the floor is one of their brothers that previously cut himself on something and then died of an infection, and they turned him into a rug. So, it was the Victorian era. It was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, there are some updates coming to this sequence of images, but it is cool to see these. Again, these are all feeding into the narrative that has been written and uploaded to Patreon, and you can go over there and you can read that if you don't mind some spoilers. And then all of this will be put together, these images used to illustrate the narrative, and that will all go into the design Bible. And yeah, all very good and exciting.
Was that Limley Squid? Didn't they put cocaine in cough syrup?
They did. They put cocaine in cocaine back then. They just sold cocaine on the street. So yes.
Answers with Joe does a lot of Victorian stuff. He loves the Victorian age. And yes, they were all insane back then.
Yes, that's true. So I was teasing this image from Omri quite a bit yesterday and this morning.
Would you look at this?
This is her recovering, I believe it's the eyes, but I don't really see the eyes themselves in the image. But anyway, this is supposed to happen after she's had the encounter in the memory mines with the Dormouse and the March Hare. And she, in that sequence, captures the eyes. So there's the brain, there's the eyes, so on. And then once she's spat out of the memory tree and back into the Vale of Tears, she goes to grab the eyes. And as she does, she gets a vision of Shadow Alice in this creepy pool of goo.
Not just a vision, it's coming out of the pool. Look at those fingers.
Yeah, well, drugs. Crazy drugs will do that.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of the movie What Dreams May Come. This image.
For sure.
With the swirly paint looking stuff and it dyeing the dress.
Yep. Interesting movie. So yeah, this turned out really amazing. I will go over to Patreon and share a high-res version of this that everybody can check out. And there will, of course, be an art print made of this that we can send out to our patrons.
Every now and then he pulls out a banger, doesn't he?
Omri?
Yeah,
he's okay. Sometimes
he has his moments.
He has his moments. No, this is really beautiful. I think he did great work. Now, I saw some people over on my Instagram and on Twitter who were commenting on the face, and there were some that were saying, "Oh, she looks Middle Eastern," and there were some that were saying, "Oh, now she looks Asian," and they were saying that her eye makeup is fire. So
people complaining on the internet.
No, they weren't complaining.
I don't believe you.
No. I didn't say they were complaining. I just said they were commenting that her features look, and then they filled in the blank in the way they thought the features looked. Now, I've always had the sense that her features were a bit Asian, because we had this discussion way back at the beginning of pre-production about when we were trying to reestablish what she looks like. She does have this weird egg-shaped head with kind of alien eyes that are kind of ovally pointy, whatever. I'm going to get canceled for saying
probably
pointy, aren't I?
Let's try and describe it in a
worse
way.
Literally, it comes to a point there. Okay, I'm not trying to disparage anybody. So anyway, that was just a comment I saw this morning. People were saying she looks beautiful. They love the makeup, and then they also kind of got the sense that there were some hints of other nationalities or whatever. Neither here nor there. I'm just repeating what I read on the internet. I don't really care. You can say that. You can say what you want.
What's going on with her shoulders with those crackly threads?
That's
like
electricity.
Lightning. I mean, I like it for sure, but yeah, I just wondered, would it actually be like crackling and forking out from her shoulders like that in game?
I don't know. It's a bit forked up.
It is. I like it though.
Cool. All right, so that is the latest from Omri. Again, I'll post that up over on Patreon in high-res format. You guys can grab that. Oh, look, I didn't have to go look at my email for the bleedy knee thing.
Oh my!
Oh no! Ouch! Oh brother, why did you have to scrape your knee? We've turned you into a rug. Yeah. So we already saw this, but yes, she's very kind of. Oh my.
Alice's mum is a vampire. Confirmed. No reflection in the mirror.
This is true. All right, we're back. We've come full circle.
Is that it?
That's it. That was a lot of art. What are you talking about? Is that it? There was a ton going on in there.
There was quite a lot, wasn't there?
There was a lot. And I think there's actually a bit more. If we were to look at some of the work that was done leading up to these final images, there's a tremendous amount of work that's been done over the last couple of weeks, but a lot of this we're just showing the final stuff. So
okay,
there you go. Now it is 11:30. We are going to give away another prize. And then what are we going to do for the last 30 minutes? Oh, you've got to read what's-these.
I've got questions.
Yeah,
is there anything else we need to talk about?
Well, yeah, so
like redacteds
there
and
is
stuff.
Yes. So I had before we do the prize giving, I do want to do a quick update for everybody with regards to the business development work that's been going on behind the scenes. So as I've said many times in recent updates, we do have a full-time financial advisor / CFO / business development guy working now. His name is Mark. He's on the job full-time. He is in conversations with potential publishers and financiers in Asia, China, Europe and the US, and those conversations are all being kind of linked together and smushed. And I don't know, I kind of, so in the past, historically, when this sort of money raising stuff has been going on, I've always been very heavily involved with it. This time around, I'm less involved with it. There's Mark, and then there's a few more people who are central to the fundraising process. We have a meeting usually once every week to talk about the updates and progress that's being made. Now, this process, it's going to take time. On the one side, we've got potential Chinese publishers that would come in, and they may be talking about putting anywhere from like $5 million to $10 million in. It's not the money we would need for like a whole Alice development, for example, but it's a chunk. And then there's, at the other end of the spectrum, there's conversations that are going on between the US and some European financiers where they might bring in like 80 or $100 million. Those conversations are bonkers, but the presentation that's been put together to suggest that we would be able to raise that kind of money, it's not just us in the presentation anymore. It is a combination of film company, the merchandise stuff that we've been doing at Mysterious, the game pitch, the traction we're getting with the streaming services like Netflix and HBO and stuff like that, and the track record of some of the partners we've brought in. So there is a larger multimedia company, transmedia company pitch that's being done these days, with Mark at the helm. He's sort of driving all of that. So anyway, there's a range of pitches and conversations happening, and there's a range of potential outcomes from those different pitches and the different people in those conversations. All of them are making progress. No door has been closed since he began these talks. But I can't also say that like any deal has been signed or that we know which deal is going to go first. One of the things that he's working on is called FOMO. Do you know what that is?
Fear of missing out?
Yes, fear of missing out. He's trying to coordinate the conversations between everybody in such a way that like party A over here is freaked out that party B might get something first. And so they start kind of fighting with each other. And he seems to be managing that quite well.
Not now, you've told them.
Well, no, they don't really watch this. And we're already so far into the live stream. I don't think anybody that cares about this stuff's watching anyway. So, but the fact that we talk about FOMO doesn't suggest that the mechanism that drives it is any less genuine, because there is genuine interest in the stuff that we've presented. Like, they've put together a slate that contains the Alice stuff, and the feedback we've got from these streaming service people like Netflix or Amazon. I'm not saying them specifically because I'm not allowed to, but I'm saying like, as an example, a Netflix or an Amazon, people at companies like that have read the design, the narrative outline that we did, and they're flipping out. They think it's fantastic. We've just been getting feedback from the meetings this week that like, this needs to be turned into a streaming, episodic TV series now. So we're getting really positive feedback from these conversations, and lumping into those conversations is stuff like Acanero, which we did at Spicy Horse, which Mysterious now owns. There's like a sudden huge amount of interest around that. Scruffy Bumps, for whatever reason, has got a bunch of interest from these same companies. There's a bunch of properties that we have. Even our Plushie Dreadfuls are generating interest because they prove a model. They prove that we can be successful. So anyway, all this is a long way of saying what's going on this week. We have Redacted One saying they're ready to do a deal and give money, but that they want to now focus on the structure of the deal, like what ownership percentage they would get, stuff like that. But basically they've gone beyond like the due diligence phase, and they're now saying, yes, we want to give you money. And now they're just trying to figure out in what format they would give us money. But while that's happening, like I said, there's also these conversations going on with the investors in Europe and the media companies in the US and stuff like that. And those conversations are for much larger amounts of money. So that's why they're sort of they're kind of being played off of one another, but also trying to figure out if we can stick them all together in some fashion. So it's all positive. Like I said, there is positive progress with Redacted One. There is all this really positive feedback coming from all the people who've been shown the transmedia play, which includes like the Acanero pitch, the Asylum pitch, all this stuff. So I'm pretty happy. From the phone call yesterday, I'm pretty happy, but it's the same like as every time I've ever been through this. It's like a hurry up and wait. You hurry up and wait, you hurry up and wait, but at some point, and it could be tomorrow or it could be 10 days from now or it could be a month from now, Mark is going to call and say, we've got a deal, or he's going to say we've exhausted all options and nothing's going to happen. But I get the sense that a deal will come out of this because the partner, especially for the larger scale partnership thing that we've put together, it looks awesome. Like they've put me on a slide page with the other people who would form sort of the executive section of this new entity, and there's some really big names there, like billionaires on that page who are saying, yes, I'm in on this. So back to the question of the billionaire class, it could be that we benefit from that, right? We benefit from the big name and the big money and stuff like that, to then also go to the billionaire companies like Amazon or Netflix or whatever and get something to happen. So it's all good.
It's all good. It's all sounding pretty darn positive. Yeah, really. Some in America are saying 100 million.
Yes, that's crazy. That's really, really crazy. You have somebody here requesting not to show their full name on the stream.
It's kind of difficult. If you maybe just edit your Patreon to not have your full name. Yeah. Extracting individual ones out of the data list, and yeah, just editing it on Patreon would be the way to go.
There you go.
Whether it's your username or the address name you put in for when you get stuff sent to you. Do both.
All right.
It's the easiest way.
So that's the big update on where things are with business development. Now, just a warning, like I could come back the next time we do a live stream in 2 weeks and there may not be much of a change to report. Or we may report like, holy shit, we did it! You know, we don't know yet. And like I said, it could be some time before there's any significant change. But anyway, that is the general outline of all the work that's being done on that side of things, so you can see all the pre-production work, the story, the art, all that kind of crazy stuff. It's really difficult to do anything other than what I just did, which was like a big explainer vomit about what Mark is doing. But and as you know, a lot of that stuff that he's doing is all covered under NDAs, and we're not allowed to name names and stuff like that. But that is the shape of it, and like I said, I'm pretty happy with it, so cross your fingers.
Let's all do that.
All right, time to give away a prize. What's the question?
I don't know. I've been trying to think of one while you've been rambling on. Can't think of one.
Rambling on, that's like every time I go on Facebook and Twitter, people are like, what's going on with this stupid game? You've been doing this forever. And then I'm like, well, next time I do a live stream, I'm gonna ramble on and tell everybody everything. People don't want to hear it. They just want to bitch.
You got any ideas?
Yeah. So who would you least like to be the billionaire that gets behind a new Alice game? It's a nonsensical question, by the way.
An unlikable billionaire.
Who's your least favorite billionaire that you wouldn't want to see getting behind a new Alice game? There you go.
Is Trump a billionaire?
That's a contentious point. According to him,
he's
yes.
either a billionaire or broke.
Yes, exactly.
He's one of them.
That's exactly right. That is pretty much how it works. There you go. Somebody already said Trump.
Well, we've got all of the usual suspects: Bezos, Trump, Gates, Musk. Who else?
But that's the thing. You only know the name of a few of them. So, it's funny, here in China, there are more female billionaires than, per capita than any country in the world. But of course, you Western viewers don't know the names of any of the female billionaires in China. Now, I happen to know a few of them. And one of my favorites is the lady that's on the bottle of hot sauce that we eat lots of, the black bean hot sauce.
Right.
It's called Lao Gan Ma. Yeah, Lao Gan Ma. And Ganma is how you say grandmother in Chinese, but Ganma is also how you say dry, like a dry mother. So I always joke, nobody thinks it's funny, but anyway, I always joke that it's like old dry grandma sauce.
Oh, I don't want it anymore.
But anyway, the woman behind this particular jar of hot sauce in China, and she's got her little picture on there. It's quite funny. I'll pop this up on screen really quick while we're waiting for them to fill up the chat.
Knowing that there's a lot of these female billionaires in China, my chances of finding a sugar mummy have gone way up.
Oh, come on. So anyway, the lady behind this hot sauce, she's a billionaire, and you can go look her up. But she started off here. There's her picture. Look, I love this. She's a celebrity in China now, and this was her bottle design. And so anyway,
John Cena with him.
John Cena. There you go. See, even John Cena likes her. But anyway,
I should have made a joke about there being an invisible bottle floating in the air.
That would have been very funny. But anyway, I love this stuff. It's one of my favorite. She makes 3 or 4 different bottles of hot sauce that I absolutely love. And there she is, and she puts her face on the bottle. And she is huge. She's a billionaire, and she started off in a little cart on the street selling this stuff. And she became a billionaire. And so there's a Chinese billionaire nobody's ever heard of before.
I would like dry grandmaster.
So just to be clear, I would like it if she funded the next Alice game, and we could put a little packet of hot sauce in with every game.
That'd be good.
That would be awesome. All right. On that positive note, let's
roll it. Most people said the usual billionaire.
Yeah. Jennifer Daw. Look at that. You won a prize.
Should we roll it again? I mean, if she wants a plushie or something, we usually just send her one.
Re-roll. Just so everybody knows, Jennifer is our plush toy designer, so it would be kind of silly for her to win something from us. Wendy! There we go.
It's all the usuals today. What's going on?
Congratulations, Wendy. I think you know how this works. You send an email to Martin at support@mysterious.design, and you include your name and your phone. Oh, no. You just get he'll send you a code.
Send you a $50 code
and he can
for
make
Mysterious.
I think you should make Wendy's code Lao Gan Ma 50. Oh wait, you can't do that because then everybody will know it.
Well, no, because you can lock it to a certain person.
That's true.
So